senior in high school at Wilmington Charter who came here last spring to present her business model at the Diamond Challenge business plan competition for young entrepreneurs here at Delaware Tech campus. And she is still going strong. And she actually reached out to us a couple of weeks ago and was like, yeah, I think your email may have said, am I old enough to do this yet? And I said, absolutely. She's going to launch her business soon, and we thought this would be a great environment and a great first day, first kickoff for us to invite Miracle back to tell us all about her business. So I welcome you to the podium and allow you to introduce yourself and your business.
Good morning, everyone. I'm really grateful for this opportunity. My name is Miracle OpportuniME. I'm a senior at the Charter School of Wilmington, and I will be presenting OpportuniME today. So first of all, I'd like to start by opening with a quote. Opportunities are the keys that unlock the door to career, passion, and self-discovery. So the problem. The process of finding meaningful opportunities as a high school student is time-consuming, stressful, and often futile. I personally spent many hours searching for opportunities during the busiest months of the school year. Students also reported from my market research survey that lack of connections is also a barrier to finding meaningful opportunities as a high school student. So numerous platforms exist for college students to find opportunities such as WayUp, LinkedIn, Handshake, and internships.com. But what about high school students? So here's the market opportunity. So my target market is high school students and guidance counselors. And the potential market is that there's roughly 20 million high school students in the United States. Across the United States, there are just over 26,000 public secondary schools and over 10,000 private high schools. The solution is this, 2-in-1 model. So first, a marketplace for high school students to find diverse opportunities in their preferred location and areas of their interest. And then secondly, a social professional network to allow high school students to connect with employers, such as nonprofits, public facilities like hospitals and universities, and other high school students, as well as professionals and mentors in their fields of interest. Some other key feature ideas would be to allow for verified employers and organizations to post opportunities as they come. Because sometimes an opportunity might come up and someone needs somewhere to post it for other people to see. And then make the process more fun by gamifying the process, such as contests for people who apply for the most opportunities. The rationale behind this is something I learned in my AP Econ class, which is that people respond to incentives. OpportuniME groups would also be another idea, which would be people would be allowed to create these networks for people to join based on their shared interests or their shared location. And then another aspect of OpportuniME is the social impact. And so while this is a for-profit venture, the idea for OpportuniME was influenced by an article that I read, which was that teens made a video basically begging employers to give them jobs to have during the summer because they didn't want to get in trouble. They were from high-risk, high-gang activity neighborhoods, and so this negative influence on them, they didn't want that, so they made this video. And so the goal would be to help high school students to get on the right path by getting them started on figuring out their passions, their talents, and their interests early, and then to introduce them to professionalism and the importance of maintaining a positive online presence. And that goes back to the importance of building your personal brand. So the social impact again, so there's different organizations such as Be the Change Venture and United Way, which are dedicated to helping high school students attain professional skills such as how to give a proper handshake or how to follow up with someone after you network with them. And then Urban Alliance and Job Corps basically provide jobs for youth and people who are just out of college or just out of high school or still in high school, still trying to decide if they want to go to college or not. And then the revenue model. So there would be two parts. So marketing sales. So sell ads to online marketers whose target audience is also high school students, because it is known that our generation is kind of hard for a lot of older companies to try to reach us and market to us well. And then sale of sponsored updates to be posted on people's feeds. And then premium subscription model. So it would be free basic subscription, but also offer a paid premium subscription to users to allow them to have more exclusive features such as resume and application writing, access to more exclusive opportunities, etc. And then for the marketing and growth strategy, so while it seems that OpportuniME has this chicken and the egg problem where it won't be popular until it has a lot of users, I just thought of some ideas that I could probably overcome that with. So probably start a campus representative program to recruit high school students to spread the word on their campuses, and partner with guidance counselors and teachers to get their students to make an account. Because currently a lot of students, they use their guidance counselor lists, which are often outdated or never really updated. And then we can also start investing in paid user acquisition channels such as like Facebook ads, and also double down on SEO, search engine optimization. I am very grateful for this opportunity to present to all of you, and I open the floor for any questions or any comments and feedback. Thank you.
Well, congratulations again on participating in the Diamond Challenge and doing so well and coming back. We appreciate you coming back as well. So, clarify something for me. Is this a social network, or is this much more of a employment type of a network, something where people are going to be able to find employment?
I'm thinking it could be both, so like a marketplace and a social professional.
Choose one.
Pick one?
Yep.
Oh. I just wanted to, I made it that way so it could address both problems, so the lack of connections aspect, and then the fact that it's very hard to find opportunities as a high school student. So I thought I could merge them together, and it could be like a Way Up meets LinkedIn for high school students, kind of.
And so one thing that you want to think about is, what is my core focus, and put your effort into that core focus, and don't try to get too diverse, because if you get too diverse, you're not focusing on what really is where your revenue is going to come from. You know, so if we're talking about social networking, we've already got lots of opportunities. Students are on their phones all the time, and we know that here as well. So there's lots of social networking, but I think that there, just as some feedback, I think there's some great value in showing them some of the tools of the trade in which to get employed. I think is a wonderful avenue that's not addressed enough in the school, you know, for students. And we find students come out here and they're still not prepared, you know, for an interview, or how to dress, how to shake hands, like you said. You know, those are really good. I think maybe from a focus standpoint, I would really focus on that a little bit and see if that might be where your main revenue is going to come from. Good job.
I actually disagree. I believe that you keeping two things, that's what sets you apart, and I think that you need to be apart, you need to be special in order for people to care about what you're doing and invest in what you're doing. And I think that a social media platform and a job finding tool is important. You know, it's kind of like another LinkedIn, but it's something that's catered towards the youth, and it's different, and I like it.
Thank you so much.
I'd also like to say I agree. I think the open forum idea, like a social media, but combining it to make it more like Indeed so they can find it, will really engage the youth and whatnot. So I love that aspect of it. So two questions actually. For those of us who don't know, what is the Diamond Challenge? Congratulations on it. And then number two, what does your timeline look like for opening this?
Okay, so the Diamond Challenge is a wonderful program for high school entrepreneurs from all over the world. They come and they have these various pitch sites where they can come and pitch their business concept or their social venture, and it's really amazing. Actually, submissions open September 1st, and if you know any high school students out there who want to be into entrepreneurship, get them to apply because it's really great. And then secondly, your question was the timeline for this.
Mm-hmm.
So I went from ideation to market research, which I discussed in my PowerPoint, and the next step is prototyping. So I'm trying to find a cost-efficient and timely method of prototyping this, just to get it out there, test it, and see what it's like. Any other questions? Yes.
Who is handing you their money?
Who's handing me the money? Oh, well, I'm working with someone who's trying to help me raise like $1,000 for the prototype.
That's not what I mean. I don't mean to be all. On an ongoing basis, is the business paying to market their jobs? Are your students paying to log in? Are advertisers paying because you've got this good social network? I was wondering who is paying the bills on a competitive basis.
Oh, I would think the businesses, because so they can advertise to our target customers, which are the high school students. I mentioned before that some companies are having trouble reaching the younger audiences, so I would be trying to get them to pay to advertise.
What you say they're having troubles reaching the younger audiences in what way?
Like really engaging with them and like getting content that they can really respond to, because as young people, we kind of respond to things differently than adults would, so that's kind of the issue.
Are you also covering things like social civility for our young people to, when they are online, like you're saying, your brand is your brand is your brand, and to be civil, i.e. cyberbullying, in high school, following the trends. You have, I would think maybe like a group that would cover, or topics that would cover social civility, so that when they do leave high school and are in front of a college professor or a recruiter or whomever it may be, that they understand that social media obviously is the platform where we all are, but they are cognizant of what they post.
That's a really good point to add to the social impact aspect. So the idea of building your personal brand or online presence is really, I truly believe what you say about cyberbullying, that really needs to be addressed, and I think that would be a really good thing to address in this social impact that I'm trying to add.
So, for like something that's catered towards like high school students, like long-term, like plan, what is do you have any ideas for like the transition from like this resource to after they go to college and enter the job, or to like LinkedIn or something, so as to keep like this catered towards the high school student and not kind of moving along with that initial group of people, like as they progress in their careers?
For that aspect, I'm hoping that I can get some like mentors on here, so everyone can maybe like, some platforms already do this, like I could probably partner with some organizations that match students to mentors so that they can kind of guide them along different paths in their life, because after high school you still want to continue on this path of being professional and like having a good online presence and all of that. So I think that's really important.
Well, as far as the connection, the word connect stuck out to me here, and the gap between social media and then the old ways of doing things. Do you have a component where you'll be having some kind of training in between graduating that you can add in here to prepare them, whether it's a physical training? Because like we have high touch, it's high tech, but we need to do high touch too. So we can't lose being able to that physical presence. So you have any ideas for that as well, to keep so people can learn how to shake hands? Because the shake hand right now is a like. That's not the shake hand, but when you're getting a job, you got to be able to deal with and touch people. Do you have anything like that?
Yes, that actually goes along with the social impact aspect. So one of the organizations that I would want to partner with, I'm actually one of their assistant directors. So Be the Change Venture is all about the handshake stuff and the professionalism, the hands-on, and forming relationships with people. So they really help youth do that. So what they do is they train youth. They have courses on professionalism actually, and then they have big networking events throughout the year where students come and put what they learn into practice, which is really awesome.
Good job.
I have a comment and question. First of all, you are an amazing presenter.
Yeah.
Very good. One thing I wanted to ask you, have you partnered with a mentor that has already, someone older who's already doing something like this or is knowledgeable, so that they can, kind of mentor you through navigating certain things that you may not know about?
Well, I actually have a couple mentors, but they're not really in the space. So what they do is they really kind of encourage me and give me like advice on starting and how to really get things off the ground. But I'm actually still looking for a mentor that can really help me with this.
Okay. So I would just suggest to reach out to people who are kind of doing it, so that you can be right in the vein with them, and you always want to be around somewhere where you're going. But you are an amazing presenter. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
Presenters again, we're trying to get presenters for the fall. Look what you get.
Thank you.
And you can put coffee in it, that's what I hear.